Hello Leo, and welcome to your mid-July love reading. I was picking the deck that I wanted to use, and I think that we're going to go ahead and use the Robin Wood deck for your reading today. I'm super grateful and excited that you're joining me today for your love reading. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. If you are a new viewer, major huge welcome and hugs to you. My name is Katie. I am a card reader, but I'm also, as you can see, a medical student. I have a little bit of an eclectic taste. And I just really enjoy practicing wellness, mind, body, and spirit. It's been a process that I've been learning for myself. I've been working on my own wellness journey. If you're curious about that, you can check it out on Instagram at Katie Maple. But yeah, so today we're gonna focus on your love reading for the mid-July. So from halfway through July to the end, 2 weeks time. And what we're gonna do is do this reading, and then if you're interested in jumping over to the extended reading, I usually keep those about approximately 10 to 15 minutes long. And for $4.44. So if you want to go over there, and if you could call to join me for the extended reading there, there's a link in the description box down below. Hello. And I'll kind of get into what I'm going to be clarifying as we go through this reading. Okay. Cool. Very interesting. So for you, Leo, I'm seeing that there was a recent breakup, a recent relationship that you thought was potentially going to be like the one that was going to go all the way. And I don't think that it panned out. Or it might not pan out, unfortunately. And I think it's for the better, because there's a healing process that you need to be going through. I'm gonna start here with the Ten of Swords. And so the Ten of Swords in the reverse is a card that represents, for me, literally pulling out and healing the wounds that have been inflicted on you. You can see in this card that in the upright, it shows a man defeated, on the ground, being stabbed to death with multiple swords. But in the upright, in the reverse, there's the opportunity for gravity to be at play, and for each of those swords to slowly be pulled out from the back. And I'm getting this huge fear of being alone and being lonely, because I feel like what that means is that it's fears of having to deal with your demons and having to put up with the things that you've been fighting against doing for a while. What I find really interesting is in the center here, you've got the High Priestess, which represents it can represent a choice. It can represent getting information that is supposed to help enlighten you onto which path to take. The High Priestess is the second card in the Major Arcana. And so the number 2 in numerology represents, a fork in the road, 2 options, a weighing of things. And the High Priestess is like the oracle, the seer. And it's interesting that she also has this full moon symbol. I'm filming this on the 16th, so there could be some major breakthrough with the full moon in Capricorn for you, doing some major hard work, like seeing huge progression in your life and putting things into action, putting things into work. And it could be in relation to your love life, or even, in your business career or what have you. But I'm seeing this rejection or this fear of loneliness, because right below the High Priestess, you have the Hermit in the reverse. The Hermit in the Major Arcana is the number 9, And what's super interesting is you have 2 9s in your spread that eventually progress into the 10. So a chapter is ending with a relationship, whether you like it or not. And this is a rebirthing. It's a healing process for you. It's this rejection of wanting to be alone and really fighting against it. The 9 of Wands. This is about protection. It's about hiding behind certain aspects, or staying busy is really how I see it. Is that it's hiding behind excuses, it's hiding behind busy work, it's hiding behind things that appear to be worthwhile or necessary, but really it's just keeping you away and avoiding the chance or the opportunity to have to deal with something that you don't want to have to deal with, which is the 10, as well as the Tower, because you do have that. You have the Tower in the reverse. And so the Tower is a card that can represent like the rug getting pulled out from underneath you, some kind of what is perceived as a trauma or a tragedy, but it really isn't. I always view the Tower as a cleansing, as an opportunity for clearing the space for something new to come in. And it's very similar in my mind to like a tornado or a hurricane. It's some kind of what's perceived as like a natural disaster that actually ends up benefiting you in the long run, even though it's, you know, a very traumatic or scary experience in the moment. And I see these 2 cards on either side. I see the 9 of Wands and the Tower in the reverse on either side of the Hierophant. The marriage card, the traditions, the religion, the doing things the right way. And it's so interesting to me because it's this juxtaposition of doing things the right way and going by the book and following the rules. And yet there's also this fear of what's going to happen if you don't have that. Are you going to be alone? Are you going to die alone? Are you going to die? Are you going to live life lonely without the love of another? Which leads me to my final card, Queen of Wands in reverse. This could represent, you know, the person that was in your life. Could be a female or feminine energy, could be a piece of yourself, but it's the playfulness, it's the charisma, it's the light, it's that spark that attracts you to someone. And it's as if you are in a relationship, it's like the passion is fizzled out, but there's still this fighting need to stay in the relationship out of fear of what's going to happen if you're not in this relationship anymore, and the fear of being lonely as a result. If you aren't in a relationship, it's a fear that you have lost, you know, potentially what could have been the one. And being alone. So I don't ever see that for people, you know, and a lot of people always ask me, like, do you ever give like 100% negative readings? And the answer is, I'll tell it to you straight. I'll tell it to you, no bullshit, but I'm not gonna leave you walking away feeling depressed and helpless. I'm going to leave you hopefully with a set of tools, with some ideas or skills that you can walk away with and be certain that, you know, what you're worrying about isn't necessary. Literally, whale, great worry over nothing. Like, literally took the words right out of my mouth. Axe, force is working against you. Let me get you one more. And it is. It's the Tower that's working against you. It's the natural disaster. It could mean another, I don't see another person, but things are happening that are out of your control. And it's the fight against it that's keeping this draining on for so long and preventing you from really doing that actual healing. That is the important work. You need to let go of this relationship, or you need to let go of the fear that the passion isn't coming back. Apple, temptation will test you. So don't fall for it. If you feel like you are wanting this relationship again out of loneliness, then you know that it's not the right relationship for you. Because that's just settling at that point. And you deserve something more meaningful, something deeper than what this was. Don't be with someone out of the pressure from society that says that you need to be with someone. Fortuity. Even though things suck right now, like I said, it's a cleansing. It's a clearing the path for something even better to come along. And then we have vulnerability. You need to allow yourself to be vulnerable and to stop putting up this wall of excuses and fears, and really finally take the time to pull out the baggages and deal with what you've been trying to hide from for so long. So that is going to do it for you, Leo. I really do hope that you resonated with this reading. If you feel called to join me for the extended reading, again, the link is in the description down below. And I hope that you have an amazing day. Please give me a follow on Instagram and here on the channel if you liked what you saw and you want to see more. And that's it. I will see you in the next reading. Take care.